What is up, everybody? Renfail here, and I'm back again with more EVE Online from a new player's perspective. If you've been following along with my beginner's guide to EVE Online, I started this game about 6 weeks ago as of this recording, and I've been going through this 20-year-old MMORPG as a brand new player, focusing solely on the PvE solo missions, ignoring PvP entirely, and for the most part, ignoring the advice of the vocal minority who want to tell you how that you should be playing EVE Online. Thankfully, you don't have to listen to any of those people. You can instead focus on how you want to play the game. And I've been coming at this from a perspective that's a lot different than most people who play EVE Online, because I am treating this like a PvE experience, even though I understand that it is a PvP environment. And I've talked about along the way, there are caveats to this. For example, the ship that I'm using here is a free ship that I got from one of the missions that I ran. All the fittings are free. I don't carry any cargo. The only thing I carry in this is ammo, and if I have mission-related items, that's what I carry. And for the most part, I'm pretty safe in this. The only people who are going to go out of their way to blow me out of the sky are going to be the assholes who do it just for the sake of watching the world burn, because those sort of psychopaths do exist. There are consequences for blowing people out of space when you're in the starter areas doing solo missions and high security space and everything else, and most people will avoid that because they don't want to deal with the consequences, but some people just like to watch the world burn. And if you can accept that risk, and you're flying a free ship that's insured with nothing expensive on it because all the fittings are free and everything else, I just kind of shrug my shoulders and go, if you want to take the time to do that, I'm okay with that, because guess what? It's free content for me. I get paid to make videos around EVE Online and the other MMORPGs and video games that I play. And so whether it's a YouTube short, a TikTok short, or a video of some whack job blowing me out of the sky because they have nothing else to do, I get paid for that. So by all means, feel free if that's the way you get your kicks. But I'm here after 6 weeks of gameplay, and I'm crossing the 30-hour mark, and I don't want to say that my experience is the exception to the rule, but I would like to point out that my experience has been what I would consider to be indicative of the type of experience that you could have if you're just going to come into play this game as the way I'm playing it, which is sort of like a space exploration game where you're just here to enjoy the beautiful scenery, the relaxing music, to run some cool sci-fi story missions, maybe get 4 or 5 ships from the starter missions and go from there. If you're going to do that, I would argue that you're 99% safe. I've not had any experiences to date with PvP. That may change at some point. I figure that it's an inevitability that it's going to happen at some point, but I've also sort of written it off as just something that it's going to happen at some point. When it does, I'm going to shrug my shoulders and move on, because A, it's free content for me, and B, I've got like 5 other ships that were given to me for free for running these story missions that are just sitting there, and all I have to do is go get another ship. I've gotten free fittings for all of those too, so it literally has zero impact on my enjoyment. It's a win-win for me because I get content out of it, I get paid, and I still get to enjoy the game. So if you can have that perspective on it, then I think you might have fun in EVE Online. Now, one of the things I'd like to say is that when I did the recent video on autopilot, I had a lot of veterans come out of the woodwork and try to make a claim on how I should be playing the game that they've been playing for the last 20 years. And with all due respect to people who've been playing the game for 20 years, it's awesome that you're getting that amount of enjoyment out of an MMORPG. But I'm also a veteran MMORPG player who's been playing since the mid-90s. And I can also tell you from experience, not just as an MMORPGer, not just as a streamer, not just as a content creator, but also as a game dev with a decade of experience under my belt developing MMORPGs, tabletop games, and single-player games, that you do not define how everyone plays. The best part about MMOs is that everyone can find a way to play the game to suit their style. And I want to say this to the newbies out there who might be thinking that they'd like to try EVE Online, but they're afraid because of all of these things they've heard from these veteran players who try to tell them, oh, you can't use autopilot, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're gonna get ganked, don't do this, you need to join a corporation because of these reasons, don't go off doing these missions because of this, that, and the other, you have to fly this ship with this specific series of fittings, you need to have this. Here's one of my favorites, right? So one of the new player experience things that is in the game are these skill trees that you can get. So I just finished up learning all 3 of the Enforcer skill trees, and I'm currently working on wrapping up the Soldier of Fortune ones. But if I were to go look at like the Explorer one and click this and say, show me the skill plan contents, you're going to see dozens, in some cases, of skills that a skill tree offers you. And then all you have to do is, where my big fat head is, if I can get it out of the way, there's a button here, right there, which says start training. And you just click that button and it starts training all of those skills. Now, most of these I've already learned because of other skill trees. But I've had veterans come on my videos and try to tell me that this is the incorrect way to play. That instead of doing this, I should be going to some random obscure website which has a 15-year-old list of skills that someone defined 15 years ago as the best way to have your skills set up for a particular type of ship that you're going to be flying. And somebody else has got a guide for the best types of fittings that you're going to have for a specific type of gameplay. And I've always looked at stuff like that and said the best part about those things is that they can serve as inspiration for the way you want to play the game, but they are by no means the only way to play the game, nor are you locked into playing the way someone else tells you to play. So here I am, 30 hours into EVE Online, which is about the amount of time I would have put into most single-player RPGs. About this time, 30, 40 hours, I'd be wrapping up, doing a final thoughts video and a review. And in the case of EVE Online, I'm getting to the point where I have enough under my belt to go, I'm really having a lot of fun. I'm midway through, let's go in here, I forget the name of the storyline, it's the epic arc. The Bloodstained Stars. I'm 23 of 52 missions, so about halfway through with this story arc. And that's literally all I've been working on the past couple of sessions that I've streamed. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. Is this storyline. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. It's super engaging. It's absolutely solo. It's PvE only. There's no PvP associated with it. It's just you doing missions and following a storyline. Sure, there's a chance that some whack job is going to come along and stream snipe me or gank me, and especially that I've started to gather a little bit of a cult following of people who are really upset with the way that I play the game. I'm sure that it's going to happen sooner rather than later because some people like to hold grudges, and I know that there's someone out there that's just gnashing their teeth going, the next time this asshole's online, I'm going to show him that he's wrong. I'm going to prove that he's wrong. I'm going to blow him out of the sky. You watch. But again, I welcome it. It's free content. I get paid. So going through these missions is a hell of a lot of fun. If you're coming off of like any other spacefaring RPG that you can think of, and you're looking for something else that you just want a cool ship to fly around in and go explore, this is fun. I did not expect this to be in the game. I didn't know this stuff was in the game. When I first started playing this game, I was coming in, I was going to do a first impressions video, I was going to go do maybe 10 hours of gameplay, and then I was going to do like sort of a should you play this game in 2023 type of video, which I do for a lot of different games that I play. And instead, I found myself sort of enamored with this going, I can't believe a 20-year-old game looks this good, plays this good, has this great of just feel and vibe, and the new player experience is so well done. Like, it's just extremely streamlined to where I have never once felt like I was, relegated to doing something offline. It was like I could just go forth and do missions forward and always have forward progress. And that's something that I found extremely enjoyable about EVE Online so far. So, plus I just love the way my ship looks. And I have other ships. I mean, you can go look at your ship assets and find the other ships that you have. And I have a frigate that's just waiting for me. Or not a frigate, yeah, it's a frigate, I think. Or a destroyer, I forget. It's the one that you get at the end of the Soldier of Fortune story mission. Which I haven't even used yet because it's all guns and no cargo, and I wanted this one because it has some guns but some cargo, and so I can pick up stuff to run with these missions, which has been really fun. I guess at the end of the day, what I really wanted to say with this video for the new players is, don't let someone else's negativity ruin how you want to try this game out. Because if you're someone new who's looking to try EVE Online for the first time in 2023, I'm here to tell you, it's extremely accessible, it's free to play, there's nothing to fear. As long as you have the right mentality, that's the key, And again, my experience may not be everyone's experience, but I'm 30 hours into the game. I've not had any experiences with gankers or PvPers yet. I'm sure that'll change as I continue to do videos because they're starting to get a lot of traffic and the streams are getting good views, and someone's going to come along at some point. But if you can accept that as part of the reality of playing this game, and you can realize that this is a free ship with free fittings and there's nothing of value here and it's insured, then just go forth and play. And if that happens to you, shrug your shoulders, get in another one of your free ships, load it up with some fittings, insure it, and just keep on going. Because there's a lot of stuff to explore here and a lot of great content for new players who only want to play this from a PvE standpoint. I think it's a great game. I think you should try it out. Anyway, that's my TED Talk on EVE Online. If you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And I will see everybody in the next video or live stream. I am streaming this game on Saturday mornings from 5:30 a.m. Central onwards, and occasionally midweek as well. So we'll see you then. Until next time, stay safe, happy gaming.